What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So one thing I love doing, if you guys have been watching my latest videos, is kind of going back and looking at the older phones of basically 2019, 2018 and seeing how these phone prices have been dropping towards the end of 2019. And I do this every year and I just love seeing the depreciation and trying to figure out which phones to pick up, for the lowest prices. And I think the Galaxy Note 9 is probably one of the best phones that I found for the price, and specifically for $300 if you have $300 to spend, or if you want to get the cheapest, best phone that I can probably think of. I think the Galaxy Note 9 is definitely up there. I think the only other one that's competitive in this price range is probably a used iPhone 10 or iPhone 10R, but there's so many cool little things for the Galaxy Note 9 that it's pretty crazy. I think it's definitely one of the best $300 phones out there. Now, starting off with the front, the screen is honestly better than a lot of flagship phones screens that have been coming out in 2019, and probably that are going to come out in the future as well. Even compared to the successor of the Note 9, the Note 10, the base model smaller variant, that screen wasn't even as good as the Note 9's. And the iPhone 11 Pro's Max's screen was good, definitely. It's probably a really great screen, but the Note 9 I think is better than that panel as well. It's a 6.4 inch 1440p Super AMOLED display, and that display is definitely one of the highlights of this phone. It has not aged it one bit in terms of the display. And one thing I like about the Note 9 that I kind of dislike about the S10, S10 Plus, that whole series, is that the screen sensitivity just seems to be so high on the S10, S10 Plus, even the Note 10, Note 10 Plus, but on the Note 9, it seemed a little bit less, I was clicking random things less often and things. Maybe you can change that in the settings, but the screen is definitely one of the biggest advantages for the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. And even the overall build quality, it's really on point. It's very, very premium. If you're spending $300, even $350 on the Note 9, I spent about $280 on mine, and that was a couple months ago. That price tag, and when you're feeling that phone, it doesn't even feel like a $500 phone. It feels literally like the $1,000 phone that it used to be. And the other day I went to Best Buy or somewhere like that, and I was messing around with the budget phones. These phones cost I think $200 to $300, and those phones actually kind of surprised me. I wasn't expecting them to be that well, but it's still pretty crazy to see how much more of a phone you can get in the used market than if you were to go the brand new route. The Note 9 definitely was a way better feeling than all of those phones. The screen was way better. I don't even think any of those had a 1440p screen, and I think one had an OLED display, and that was the $300 one. But without a doubt, I'll definitely tell you, build quality is one of the highlights of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. And even with the S Pen, that's a super cool little feature. It definitely adds a little bit of functionality to the phone itself. If you don't know what an S Pen is, basically it's the little stylus that comes out and it adds basically more features. You can draw, you can add notes, you can basically use it as a stylus, but it's more than a stylus because it has the actual technology built into it. And that's something that's super cool, and I think it's overlooked a lot, and I try my best to kind of keep bringing it up because that's one of the highlights of the phone. But you're getting that with this overall package, and that's something that pretty much no other phone has, which is pretty impressive. Now, a super cool thing about the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 is that it is getting One UI 2.0, so it's getting Android 10. My specific unit hasn't gotten it yet. I don't think any Galaxy Note 9 has gotten it so far, but I will be dropping a review once it does fully come out, so you guys can stick around if you want to watch that. So it is going to get software updates for about a year from now, but I don't think it's going to get One UI 3.0. Maybe the Galaxy S8 and Note 8 didn't get One UI 2.0. There's a chance that it might. I think Samsung at some point is going to extend their software lifecycle, but I don't know. Maybe the Note 9 will get it, maybe it won't. If there were to be a phone that were to get the next version of Android, it definitely would be the Note 9 though. I think it can handle it without a doubt, but it's whatever. I don't control what Samsung does, but it's still getting software updates and then security updates after that, which is really, really cool. Also, the micro SD card slot. This thing has a micro SD card slot. You can expand the storage, which is awesome. You can literally get the base model of this phone if you don't care about the RAM and all that, and just go ahead and pop in a micro SD card slot and be set. You won't have to worry about you still have to worry about things, but in terms of memory, if you get a terabyte of an SD card, then you'll be fine. And that's again one of the highlights of getting a Galaxy Note 9. And when they moved up to the Note 10, they actually removed that which made no sense at all. I don't know why they did that, but it is what it is. I don't control what Samsung does, like I said. And if you watch those speed comparisons that I've been doing, I think I even compared the iPhone 11 Pro to the Note 9. Now, I could be totally wrong, I don't remember, or the iPhone 11, one of those phones. And you guys were able to see that the speed and performance was still very, very fast on the Note 9. Whenever I pick my Note 9 up and I mess with it and I use it, it still feels like a very, very fast phone. I would even say it's comparable to my Galaxy S10. Both those phones are pretty much up there. I think the Note 9 is a very fast phone. I don't feel like it's slow at all. And I know I beat it to death, so that's why I kind of pushed it to the end of this video. Also, the battery life, dude. 4,000 mAh battery on stock. It's a huge battery. My battery degraded a little bit, not a crazy amount, but you know, it's still a very good battery life at the end of the day still. A lot of phones that are coming out nowadays don't even have 4,000 mAh. iPhone 11, 11 Pro, a lot of those other phones. I think the 7T Pro, but I could be wrong. But a ton of phones in the market don't even have, barely even have like 3,500 mAh batteries. So it's really cool that Samsung was able to put this big of a battery in at this time. Even though it was just like a year ago, it feels forever ago when this phone came out. So overall, for about $300 in the used market, it's a very good price for what you're getting. Are there better phones in the market? Yes, this isn't the best phone overall. I mean, there's the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, which is pretty good. There's like the Pixel 4, which I don't really like. 11 Pro Max. All those phones might be a little bit faster here and there, but the Galaxy Note 9, for that price tag in the used market, it's one of those phones that you can definitely get and plan on using for a long time. Custom ROMs are going to be there for it. Roots are going to be there for it. So without a doubt, I'll definitely tell you the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, one of my favorite phones for $300 without a doubt. So if you want to pick it up for the cheapest prices, eBay's probably the best way to go, but I'll go ahead and find the cheapest one on Amazon and I'll link it down in the description below so you guys can get it from there and help support the channel at the same time. But that is pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section as well. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it would mean so much if you guys get hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys to check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.